We have just entered a period in history where anime is everywhere. You see it online, in the office, its influence is stretching far and wide across modern media. Hell, even my friends who stayed far away from anime now think anime is cool. And the fact is, anime has always been cool. To be honest, that just might be the nerd who is making this video, but I feel it has been just misunderstood in the West and so much more in the East. And if I were to break down every way anime has emerged in popular media and garnered critical attention, there are a few titles that are sure to turn heads almost everywhere. So, as I talked about misunderstanding, I feel the most heavily misunderstood anime till date by far is Sword Art Online. SAO debates are so polarizing that people just say that they either love it or they hate it. Also, I'm gonna make it clear, as it's my job to tell you that no, I'm not gonna be talking about any drama or controversy over the years related to SEO. So, getting back to the topic, it has been 5 years since Sword Art Online Alicization came out. Interestingly, today also is the day that marks the 1 year celebration of the day SEO actually released in the anime. For context, Sword Art Online came out on 6th November 2022 in the anime. At the end of Sword Art Online Ordinal Scale, the movie, we got to see two very mysterious individuals, and they welcomed the professor to Wrath. And so we were introduced to the first plot points of what was going to be the longest and, in my opinion, the best season of Sword Art Online. Just to clarify, I'm talking about Sword Art Online Alicization plus War of the Underworld because it would be very tedious to make two videos for both of them. So I'll start out with a quick summary of Sword Art Online Alicization. So it starts off with Kirito, Kazuto Kiriga in this case because he's in the real world, just strolling around with Asuna, and then he's assaulted and he's injected with something that causes brain damage, and he basically becomes a potato in the real world. Yeah, and that's when Kiko Okasan, the guy in charge of the ocean turtle, an entire plot point, not getting into that right now, puts Kirito into an STL that he refers to as an STL. It's called the Soul Translator Machine to save him from any further brain damage. So Kirito ends up in a new world called the Underworld, where he literally retains none of his memories, and he literally knows nothing. He literally grows up like a normal kid, like an absolute kid. He grows up with two new faces. Guess whom? A reskin blonde Kirito, also known as Yujiro, and the actual blondie of the series, Alice, a new waifu. Way to go. Who cares? So after that, three of them, the main plot, I won't try to get in too much details, but if you want to go out and see, but I'll just put it out there. Bit of spoilers, bit of the plot right now. So basically, one day they three are like, okay, I'll go and look into the outskirts of the human territory that is absolutely forbidden and might get me into trouble. Naughty, naughty. Yes, they did it. And ending up at the territory of the dark, like boundary of the dark territory, to be honest. And when that happened, some things happened, and we had to say bye bye to Alice. So after that entire fiasco, 2 years passed by, and Yuji was already traumatized quite a bit. Some things happened. Plot, not gonna get into it. And then they left for North Centauria Imperial Swordcraft Academy to become Integrity Knights, and so and so. Getting to the antagonist of Sword Art Online Alicization, so she was quite unique, to say the least. Fashion sense, can't say a lot about it. They should give Loom, the main protagonist of Urusei Yatsura, a run for her money, not gonna lie. And that's how The first season ended with Kirito being turned into potato mode yet again, and this time he's in double potato mode because paralyzed in real life and also in the underworld. So, like, yes, and also Yujiro is dead, and Alice is there, thankfully. It has been 6 months in the underworld since the events of the final battle of Alicization, and due to the power surge that was caused in the ocean turtle, Kirito's floodlight was damaged and he was rendered catatonic, aka he was potatoed. So the main guy was down. Now it was up to the remaining cast to take care of the underworld and what would happen to Alice and the rest of the people of Gandhi. So while that was happening in the real world, a team of mercenaries hired by the US government had begun a raid on the ocean turtle, and they wanted Alice's flashlight. Two of these mercenaries were pretty important to the story, them namely being Gabriel Miller and Wasago. Gabriel Miller was in GGO, I believe, and he was a bullet tournament winner, and his name was Satelliter at that point. Satelliter, I don't know how to pronounce it. And Wasago. If you don't know this guy, you have some problems, man. He is the SEO survivor, and also he is the founder of Laughing Coffin, the guild in SEO that tried to kill other players. The underworld is thrown into further chaos when these two individuals log into the underworld with two super accounts on the dark territory side, them being Emperor Vector for Miller and Wasago signed in with the Dark Knight account. It was not anything like particular in general, but he was just a Dark Knight. After a lot of badass fights, um, we first of all saw Berkoli go against Vector, and he actually killed him at the cost of his own life. There were so many like gut-wrenching moments throughout the season, fresh takes on SEO, and literally a lot of questions got brought up, philosophical to be precise. And finally, after literally months at that point of waiting, in real life, we finally see the main man return. And he's better than ever. But this time, we see him actually struggle. This man was so OP as fuck in other seasons that we're like, he's gonna win. But this time, he was so vulnerable. And then we did see some character development. Actual character development in Sword Art Online, huh? That's something good. So after that, there was some final few goofy episodes. Not gonna get into that. Go see it for yourself if you have not seen it already. Nothing much to say except for the fact that we always had to address the AI. Oh, they are doing a show about AI, so like we'll have to do that. Will AI take over the world? Kind of like question from the human side. So they did that. They did question that. At the end of Alicization, I was pretty happy at the state SEO had left. But as you know, as we all know, in the post-credit scenes, we saw Kirito will return, and that's where it is. Like 5 years since. I really like the fact that the two progressive movies really did great and they are really good. And so, with that, ends my SEO Alicization and War of the Underworld retrospective. Hope you liked the video. If you like this content, do go and subscribe because there will be more videos like this. Thanks again, and from the bottom of my heart, thank you for watching.